How are you?
Hi, everybody. How are you today?
What's up, everybody?
I'm going early because I suddenly have more information to pull on this topic. Thank you. So you guys, remember I was telling you guys that Shaun Attwood takes advantage of Black people, and we're going to talk about Shaun Attwood and his bold-faced lies in a minute, and then we're going to talk about Tony Buzbee suing Jay-Z. Yeah, we're going to talk about that case, and then we're going to talk about Tory Lanez paying off bloggers. Okay. I don't even know where to begin because I've been doing this Shaun Attwood all night. So Shaun Attwood, that's it, is a blogger who the very first time I met him, I felt that something was weird. And so yesterday I found out, then I found out that he was a criminal, right? And so you guys know how I am. I do research. I don't mind doing it. I kind of enjoy doing it. That's what I do, right? I research things. And I feel like I've gotten really good at it. I feel like earlier we used to rely on PI, but I think I can do it myself. So Shaun wrote this book, and it's called Hard Times, A Brit in America's Toughest Jails.
Mm-hmm. He meant to say bitch.
Let me tell you how corrupt he is. So he wrote that book. I didn't make him write that damn book. So I said, oh, he's been in the America's roughest jails. I'm thinking Sing Sing. I'm thinking San Quentin. You know what I mean? I'm like, damn, let me see. Well, he said he went to jail in Arizona. That's a bit of a stretch to call Arizona one of the toughest prisons in the United States, but I thought, okay, let me keep going. He says, he was in America's roughest prison. So then I'm looking at things, and he actually quoted, he said that when he was in prison, oh, no, I got to start with this one first. First, he said, where is that dialogue? Hold on. First, he said that he was protected by the Mexican mafia. And I thought, my first thought was, that's weird, because when you go to prison, you are forced to be racist. You are forced to be racist because you split up in your ethnic groups. It's just the way it is. It's just the way it is. And if you're biracial, most likely they're going to put you with the darkest. If you're Black and white, they're going to put you with the Black people. You have to be 100% white. You have to join the Aryan Nation. And that's just the way it is. Like, y'all watch Life After Lockup. I know firsthand that what did I do with this chart this guy gave me? Hold on. I know firsthand that the races don't mix. Not in prison. Now, maybe jail, where you're not there a long time, but not prison. Hold on. I'm looking for this chart that was given to me. What did I do with the chart? Oh, here it is, people. Here it is. Now look, okay, so we already know once you're in prison, you have to be a racist, not jail. I'm talking of prison. Perry, you having problems?
What you mean?
With your, here, it just came back, with your screen going blank. Not now, people, not now. So I'm told, well, if you're in, so he said he was protected by the Mexican mafia, right? His words, not mine. I'll play the tapes in a minute. And so I was told, well, Sharrell, the racists don't interact in prison. I know this. It's just the way that it is. And the Mexican mafia runs their gang group, I don't know what you call them, like a cartel. And they gave me this, and they say, this is how it is. You have to have permission from El Jefe, which is called the Capitan, okay, the head of the group, before they'll protect anybody. They have all of these rules and regulations when you become a member, and one of the rules is you have to be 100% Mexican.
So I couldn't be a part of the Mexican mafia.
You cannot be a part of the Mexican mafia. So that's number one. Number two, Shaun, you said that you were protected by the Mexican. Hi, Bonji.
What's up,
I was
Bun?
thinking about you. I was gonna. I asked Perry to. I was gonna call you yesterday. It's glad to see you here. I love you, Bonji, or Dr. Bonji.
And how's your dog behaving? But we'll let it go.
Anyway, you have to be 100% Mexican to be in the Mexican cartel, okay? And in prison, they take their rules seriously, okay? Like, you got to, respect your elders and all this stuff. If Shaun was protected by the Mexican mafia like he proclaims, how come nobody remembers you, Shaun? How come? And why would they take a liking to you? Because you're white. You're not even white. You're British. Okay, all right. So we're to believe, that the Mexican mafia protected you and, saved your time in prison. Okay. I'm going to need anybody out there that's related to the Mexican mafia to call me if they remember Shaun Attwood. He wrote a whole book about it. A whole book about how he was protected in prison by the Mexican mafia. He also wrote a whole book about how Sammy the Bull. Do y'all know who Sammy the Bull is? Y'all know who John Gotti is?
Yeah, everybody
Sammy
know.
the Bull worked with Gotti, was his number two. I believe they called him the underboss. Sammy the Bull is known to be, trigger man. Known to be the trigger man. And they said not only was he a trigger man, but they said he was smart. Remember, because John Gotti, people in United States, I don't know, they love their mobsters. And Shaun claims that he was a kingpin. He was moving so much weight, he was a kingpin. Not even a dealer, he was a kingpin, okay? And not only was he a kingpin, he had a hit on him from Sammy the Bull. I want to play you guys these tapes. So Sammy the Bull has a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Sammy the Bull has a YouTube channel in which he goes into detail about his crimes. Let you listen to a little bit. This band is not playing, okay? Just listen to this.
Mafia when I was like 23. I was involved in 3 mafia wars. I was involved in 19 murders. I did my first hit. Was a guy in the crew. Shorty came back to me and he says, "You got this contract. Kill him." When we pulled out and we were going down the road, I took out my gun and I shot him in the back of the head. He didn't move and I shot him again. We opened the car. I pulled him out. I threw him on the grass. I got back in the car, opened the window. I shot him 3 more times.
And
now, if you're living that kind of lifestyle, Sammy the Bull is not lying. He testified to all this in court. He went into the witness protection program. His daughter, Renee Graziano, was on a TV show which she talked about her father and his crimes. He goes into detail. He names names on his YouTube channel. So I scrubbed the YouTube channel to see, I want to see what happened between him and Shaun Attwood.
Yeah. I mean, that had to be a showdown at best because that was his biggest competitor. So he wants you to believe. Yes, mate. Yes, mate.
Let me play you because I'm not making this up. Y'all know I do my research. I want y'all to hear Shaun Attwood saying that Sammy the Bull put a hit out on him. Now, and he learned all this information from Sammy's son. So he's saying that Sammy's son backstabbed him and gave him all this information.
Competitor in the ecstasy market was Sammy the Bull Gravano, underboss of the Gambino crime family. He'd murdered almost 24 people. And later on in prison, his son told me he'd been dispatched one night to kidnap me from a nightclub and take me out to the desert. And the only reason they'd missed us is because my best mate, Wildman, had had a scuffle and we'd had to leave that club in a hurry. So on the drugs, it was telling me, "You're Mr. Cool Guy." But when I sobered up in prison and looked back on all the situations I put myself in, I was like, how on earth are you still alive?
Okay, he said it. He said Sammy the Bull's son told him that his dad put a hit on him and he was going to pow him. He wrote a whole book about it. Okay, so I reached out to Sammy the Bull. This is bullshit. Absolutely bull. Okay, I need Sammy. I'm gonna see. Do you think Sammy will come on the show? I'm gonna Sammy to come on and verify that he put a. Whose son is going to tell you that their dad put a hit out on you when you're in prison? That would be another charge for your father.
It just wouldn't make sense. And why would he even be on his radar? Let's keep it real. I mean, you get these freaks that imagining, they make up these stories in their mind. And he just come across to me as a straight up liar.
Yeah, Perry, I got to give you credit where credit is due. You're the first person who said that. So I'm thinking, oh my God, he's rolling with Sammy Gravano. He's really, and don't forget in his book, he named himself, I cannot find, hold on, the chat. So also too, so I got to keep researching this guy. I got to go to chat GPT because I pretty much know all the drug lords in the United States because I'm just as sick as everyone else. I am fascinated with organized crime, okay? All kinds of organized crime, different nationalities. You know, they be having those good stories on HBO. You know, they have the good crime scenes. So I'm like, I don't see Sammy the Bull's son pulling you over to the side, telling you this. So I said, let me go to Chat GPT so I can just start this damn research. Let's start from what? Okay, hold on. What's going on? Let's try it again. If this boy is not a liar. And when I first went there, I just wanted to say, well, what are the top 10, roughest prisons? Since he said in his title, he spent time in the roughest prison in the United States. Here's the top 10 right here. Florence, Angola, everybody knows about Angola. San Quentin, Rikers Island, Pelican Bay. Pelican Bay is no joke. That's here in California. Is no joke. Folsom, how many stories have we heard about Folsom Prison? Okay. Leavenworth, the top 10. Nowhere do they have Arizona in the top 10. I'm like, maybe he just spoke. So I type into Chat GPT, what prison was Shaun Attwood in? They say Shaun Attwood was incarcerated in Maricopa County jail system in Arizona. During his time in custody, he spent significant periods in Towers Jail and Estrella Jail, which are part of the Maricopa County Sheriff Office facilities. There is no state or federal record of him being in prison.
Yeah, I mean, he just spent time at the.
This man wrote a whole book, went on a tour about how he is thankful that he made it out of one of the United States' most roughest, toughest prison. Well, then how come, sir, they're saying that there's no record of your ass in prison, period? We need to know. We need to know. Did Sammy the Bull really put a hit out on you, or are you clout chasing?
I would have to go with clout chasing.
I'm going to reach out to his daughter because she was on television. I cannot remember her name. Can somebody in the chat tell me what her name was? I don't know why y'all laugh. I don't know why y'all laugh. I just want to know what prison he was in. I want to know who remembers the Mexican mafia protecting him. I want to know, was he a better drug lord than Sammy the Bull, who just confessed to 19 unalivings? 19? I think he didn't know that we also know people related to the Gambinos. I'm calling her tonight. Karen, that's it. That's it. I'm reaching out to Karen. I am reaching out. I want to know, how did Shaun Attwood make y'all life a living hell by being y'all competitors? And, you know, the way he's talking, he was ahead of Sammy. What prison were you in, sir? And who gave the okay for the Mexican mafia to protect you? I just want to know. Who? First of all, he thinks, so you know what I'm thinking here? I'm thinking in Shaun's mind, he could say anything in England and people won't verify it.
Right.
Because what do they care? That's what they do in America over there. You know, in America.
He just went over there and just wrote a book. And, you know, to sell a book, you got to make it sound good.
Okay.
Surviving the worst prison. The jail in Arizona. I really survived it, and nobody touched me. I was protected by the Mexican mob. Not being Mexican at all, but I was protected. And so I'm letting you know right now, I was not hard in prison. But I guess you wouldn't call it hard if you in jail. And it's not hard if you just went in and bent over and gave it up. You see what I'm saying? Like, he act like he is protected. He was so good, like he had some safe lock drawers on.
Look at this. Someone's trying to threaten me. That's not true. You're going to get yourself into trouble. Didn't I just read to you what it said? Didn't I? So he needs to call somebody in charge of Google and make sure that he put what prison he was in.
Yeah.
Because until I find out what prison it was, I'm calling you a bold-faced liar. Until I find out that, because you said it. I didn't say it. Until I find out that Sammy the Bull's son informed you that his father put a hit out on you, then I'm going to call you a liar. I need proof. You wrote a whole book about it. Give him my name and number. Give him my name and number. Sharrell's World, a blogger, wants someone to verify these stories. Because when I talked to someone in the Mexican mafia, they told me how it went down. And that they don't protect anybody else in prison but their own. So if you've been to prison, Shaun, you can tell me how they gave you an exception to the rule.
Oh, somebody said this was brought up a couple of years ago, and Sammy said he didn't know Attwood. I don't know him, but, you know, I was really trying to pick him up that night, and I just happened to miss him. I was going to take him out in the middle of the desert. Lake Mead, matter of fact. Come on, man. Look, sell a book, just say how you would have survived prison if they wouldn't have kicked you out the country. Just say how you would have. So people just know it's your opinion, not fact. And I mean, just like you just go on these tears, and matter of fact, he'll have some other sellout black on his show saying the shit. I mean, what he do? He go out there and peddle people, black people, to say things that he really want to say.
I know,
but he can't. So he'll bring them on to say it for him.
Until Sammy the Bull tells me personally, and I'm going to hunt him down. I'm going to hunt him down. I already reached out to him. I'm going crazy. I live in Vegas. Arizona is just a short drive away. I'm going to find Sammy the Bull, and I want to know what happened back then. He says you were his competitor. He says you put a hit out on him. If I find out that Sammy the Bull did not put a hit out on you and doesn't even know who you are.
I mean, somebody said 4 years ago it came up and Sammy said he didn't know. And why would he place a billet on him? I don't know if I can say the word, but yeah.
You said you gave a whole interview talking about your life in prison. This is important to today, and let me tell you why. Shaun Attwood knows that something's wrong with Jag and that she lies.
Right.
He's preying on her. She would go to any channel to get some pub.
Okay.
He's also putting false stories out there that the public are believing. He said that he let someone come on the show and say, so because this is where it gets rough. I mean, it gets serious. Someone on your channel said that Jay-Z unalived Kathy White. You said it, right? Without any evidence. Which leads me to believe that you were either in on the Lionel B scheme, where you're just paying people off to lie for you, or you did a separate scheme yourself because you learned from the best. These people believe this. So people love a good story, right? They love a good story. They love to be lied to. But what happens is, if you are a true victim, it muddies the water.
Right, right.
It muddies the water. Y'all don't know who's telling the truth and who's lying. And he's doing it for one reason and one reason only. You are not allowed, sir, in the United States. I'm going to find out if that means blogging too, because you are spreading misinformation on in the United States. Well, misinformation, and then the Sammy the Bull thing, it's just, it looks like it's a lie. I'm not stopping until I talk to Sammy the Bull, who isn't shy about what he said, what he did in his life. He's almost considered like mafia royalty, because everybody was so in love with John Gotti and everybody was so afraid of Sammy the Bull. Right. Because, you know, you got to do a lot of work to be the number two. Okay, like he's not joking. We all watched it unfold on television. If you're too young, we all have seen some documentaries on John Gotti and Sammy the Bull. And if you didn't see that, his daughter came and talked about it on Mob Wives. She never mentioned you. Victoria Gotti never mentioned you on their TV shows. The Mexican mafia never mentioned you. They said they don't even, they don't protect black people. They don't protect white people, only their own kind.
Uh-huh. And let's keep it real. And nobody give a damn if he went to prison or not. But what we care about is you coming and writing books on how you was the John Wayne of prisons. How you would dare a motherfucker.
Oh my God.
Then if you had to go, nobody didn't have to argue when you was a willing participant. Mm-hmm. That's all I'm saying. And I just think I'm just tired of people lying. Just say what you, hey, I went there. I was scared as hell. Say it.
And no, Perry, he didn't go to jail. He called himself a kingpin. Mm-hmm. You're a kingpin, sir? Mm-hmm. I just need one other person to confirm you're a kingpin. Why are you the only person that can confirm you're a kingpin? You said you were pushing massive weight. Why don't none of the Arizona jails have a record of you? I need to know, are you lying, Mr. Kingpin, who had Sammy the Bull after him? Because he was so pushing so much weight. He has so much money. He was living the drug dealer's dream in Arizona. You said it your mouth. Don't make me play the tape again. Let me play it again for everybody just entering the stage.
Competitor in the ecstasy market was Sammy the Bull Gravano, underboss of the Gambino crime family. He'd murdered almost 24 people. And later on in prison, his son told me he'd been dispatched one night to kidnap me from a nightclub and take me out to the desert. And the only reason they'd missed us is because my best mate, Wildman, had had a scuffle and we'd had to leave that club in a hurry. So on the drugs, it was telling me, you're Mr. Cool Guy. But when I sobered up in prison and looked back on all the situations I put myself in, I was like, how on earth are you still alive?
Oh, oh, you survived. You know, thanks to my friend, Wildman, that I'm alive, and he came to pick me up to take me out to the desert. Stop lying, motherfucker.
And Shaun, I'm gonna need you to know.
You sound like Jaguar, right? Let's keep it real. 2 peas in a pod. Somebody's trailing her, and somebody coming to get you. And y'all both had a nerve to write a tell-all book that's full of lies. What the fuck?
He
I
wrote
mean,
a
y'all
book.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the thing. People will believe what you say. They won't investigate. They think, oh, he is a big-time kingpin. He didn't even say he was a dealer. He said he was a kingpin.
Mm-hmm. I went at the bottom, y'all. No. I was winning things. You know.
I'm
Come
just
on,
gonna
man.
need evidence. I'm gonna need kingpin evidence. I know when we're talking about the Black Mafia family, there's
Mm-hmm.
plenty of evidence. We know 50 Cent made a TV show about it. We all know that not Terry, but what's the Big Meech? Big Meech has fans. I love Big Meech. Big Meech, everybody's heard of Big Meech. Everybody's heard of Black Mafia family. Everybody's heard of the Gambinos. Everybody has heard of John Gotti.
Still, like, he's talking tough in that book, right? But even let's just play time like he is in his mind. Mm-hmm. Act like Sammy the Bull was coming to get him, Mr. But Mr. Shaun, if you was this kingpin as you say, why didn't you go and pick up Sammy the Bull? You just let him come and threaten you, and you didn't do nothing about it. But then now you want to go and write a tell-all, right? And somebody said Sammy the Bull can't even go to the UK. So now you over there safe. Yeah, yeah, probably because some stuff he didn't get right.
Oh, is it possible, Mr. Attwood, that Sammy the Bull isn't allowed to go to England, and so you're just
it's safer that way. It's safer that way.
Listen, you guys, I need some favors. If any of y'all know how to get in touch with Sammy the Bull, let me put his YouTube channel up here. He's going to be going live. Child, I can't wait. Right here. Let's see. Because we need to get to the bottom of this. We don't need a delusional liar on the loose taking advantage of Black people. And I did reach out to him. Here's his YouTube channel. Hold on. Because I didn't even know he had a YouTube channel. I was talking to a friend, another blogger, like, I get a funny feeling about this guy. Something's not right. And they were like, well, just head over to Sammy's YouTube channel. He takes questions. Sammy the Bull has a YouTube channel. Here it is. Salvatore, Sammy the Bull Gravano. Here it is. Going live in 2 days, 12/20/24, 7 o'clock a.m. If I don't reach him before he goes live, I'm definitely in this damn chat. I'm going to reach out to his daughter. I'm going to reach out to John Gotti III. We need to know if he's lying.
So
got his own YouTube channel in which he talks about all the crimes, but he does not mention Shaun Attwood.
I mean, would you? Look, for real, I wouldn't even mention him if I didn't run across him a month or so ago. Nobody mentioned nobody they don't know. That's not normal, right? But his line as, like, look, Sammy got a YouTube page. Shaun has one. But I believe what Sammy's saying. I just don't believe a damn word this fake-ass kingpin is saying. If he was all that, he went from a kingpin to getting kicked out of the United States to now over here caring about the Negroes. Come on, it just don't sound right. And with those black-ass psychics he have on that show.
It does not add up. I'm hearing bad things. I'm hearing they're all crooks over there. But I'm going to find out, and I'm not going to stop till I find out. So I'll let you guys know what's going on, because he sounds just as crazy as Jag, if not worse. At least we could say, well, Jag, suffers from mental health. She could be on one of her sprees when she's, but
maybe he do too.
This guy,
maybe he do. I know he suffered from racism, but maybe he got a mental problem.
So we'll find out. So I'll play the video again at the end. It's a lot of stuff that we have to go over today. And when things don't make sense to me, they just don't make sense. You know, they say that Tony Buzbee isn't doing interviews anymore. I guess we'll just have to take him at his word. Okay, so we all woke up today and to the news. Let me read the article first. That Tony Buzbee is now suing Jay-Z and Jay-Z's attorney and the FBI firm, not FBI. What are those people called? PI, the PI firm.
Okay.
So let me grab that really quickly. So yesterday, listen. I really don't like putting people on blast, but this is my job. So yesterday, Diddy's attorney came out and said, well, they're not really good friends. They're just, associates. Okay, I have this tape. I wonder how I can play this tape. Let me try it this way. I have this tape. I believe this interview was back in 2003 where Shaun with P. Diddy said they're such good friends that Jay-Z calls him Shaun. And that's how close they are. I just want to play this really quickly. Because, girl, I mean, really? You was doing good, Jay-Z. No need to bring that out. No need. Let me see how I can put this up. Because I didn't download it. Let me see here. That's not going to work. Here it is. Let's try this. So I was listening to The Breakfast Club, and they were like, just because you work with someone, and they might think they're your friends, but you don't really look at them that way. That's what they said. I don't know. He said, I don't know. Let's just listen.
There's not a single person that
outside of family
that should be outside of my mother.
Okay,
That should be calling me. Yeah, they should be calling me Shaun.
Damn. Why did Spiro come on and say that, Perry? Do you get it? Because the Breakfast Club was saying, yeah, just because you work with someone, Perry's gone. Just because you work with someone, and they got all, what is that? Hearing music. There. So, I mean, did you get to see the video, Perry?
Oh yeah, I got something like a pop up on my screen. Like, yeah, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I got like a pop up on my screen. I'm trying to get rid of it, but it won't go away. My cafe.
Weird things is happening.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm gonna show you that again. The GPT that says that Shaun Attwood never been to jail. I mean, never been to prison, just jail. Yeah, that's what they said. So you better check with Wikipedia and ask them why they lying. All right, let's start with this article first. I'm not sure. I mean, the lawsuit is just a couple pages long. I'll read it if you guys want to, but I like to go to the articles first to find out what's going on. So Jay-Z and his team have been making, what's his name, Tony Buzbee look bad. They're making him look bad because he's describing a situation where very well could have been extortion. Okay. So, but according to Tony Buzbee, and he didn't say anything for a couple of days, right? And there's actually no proof that Jay-Z, according to Jay-Z and his people, that he was on any tapes, he didn't do anything, and the guy was extorting him. And the only person that says that there are tapes are the FBI. The FBI said that they told these people, all the ones that were on tape, so they know that there's a tape. But I find it very hard for the FBI to hand over some tapes to Tony Buzbee. And all of his clients have been anonymous. And then they did the disastrous interview with Jane Doe, who was 13 at the time. And it just made Tony Buzbee look really, really bad. Because now they just don't have her. I mean, it's not just Jay-Z saying you're extorting me. You have the victims telling her story. Her father doesn't remember. The only other witness passed away. It just was a bad, bad interview. So Tony Buzbee had to do something, in my opinion. Because also, too, don't forget, Jay-Z's asking for him to be sanctioned and disbarred. So here's Tony's reply. And also, there's 2 lawsuits out there where there are 2 people saying that Tony Buzbee made them say things that they didn't want to say. Like, to make the case look better. Okay, so 2 current lawsuits. So this is Tony Buzbee. Let's read this article before I go into the lawsuit. It says Tony Buzbee just filed a I can't even say that word, lawsuit against Roc Nation, and Jay-Z's lawyer, Media Takeout, can confirm. He's claiming that Jay-Z's company is involved in an illegal scheme. The Houston lawyer is saying that Jay-Z's team and his attorneys are involved in a scheme to try and stop him from filing lawsuits against himself and P. Diddy. Buzbee claims to have evidence of the scheme, which he says has been supplied to the authorities. So he says he turned over this. It's supposed to be a tape. He said that someone taped a conversation of Jay-Z's law firm and this person, and they wanted this person to file a lawsuit against Tony Buzbee, which is super duper duper illegal. You cannot encourage anybody to file a lawsuit, especially one of this magnitude. Look at the screens here. It's going blank.
Yeah, mine.
But anything else, hiring the private investigators. I don't know what's going on. I hope I do not, hold on. I seen something really quickly caught my eye. Hold on. Yes, Kingsley. That's what I was telling them. 2 clients in Houston are now suing Mr. Buzbee. So they are accusing him of making them falsify information. Okay. And I remember his name. I cannot remember his name, but I was going to do a background check, and then I must have forgot. But I need to do that because I know who the people are. Okay, it says today the Buzbee law firm filed against Roc Nation and lawyers Marcy Croft and Quinn Emanuel for violations of various state laws, including barratry. That's when you force somebody. I don't know how to explain it. It's a legal term. And impersonations of a public social. The case was brought on behalf of a former client of the firm who was illegal soliciting by agents working on behalf of the defendant. The agents pretended to working for the state of Texas and offered the former client to sue the Buzbee firm. This illegal conduct has happened more than 24 times to date. 24 times? That's about 48 people that he's accusing, that he's saying that Jay-Z is trying to get people to lie. Why does Tony Buzbee always have these outrageous numbers? He said he had 200 clients, and now you're saying that you have over more than 24 people that can verify what Jay-Z's been doing, which is illegally getting people to sue you. Well, you better have the evidence, sir. You better have the evidence. This illegal conduct has happened more than 24 times to date and has resulted in 2 utterly frivolous cases against the firm. The lawsuit filed today alleges that defendants' conspiracy is intended to obstruct justice and prevent the Buzbee law firm from pursuing cases related to the Diddy litigation in New York. The conduct isn't just alleged, it was caught on tape. Now, the public has not heard these tapes. He's talked about these tapes. So we don't know if the tapes exist or not. Most likely, they should exist, because if you're lying, you're going to get yourself in big trouble. Perry, do you think he has it on tape?
Well, look, that phone call, like basically what he's trying to do is come out and say these people are calling, and this one client recorded the phone call. But when he say tapes, a lot of people go to thinking it's gonna be Sean Diddy and videotapes like this. It's just a tape of a phone call, like a recording. But the thing is, he tried to play one, and like part of it on his social media or somewhere I seen it last
Perry,
week.
can you hear me?
Yeah, you can't hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, it's super delayed and kind of staticky.
Okay, no, no, let me bounce out then and come back. Or can you hear me now?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I just heard you say that. Let's keep going. Let's see. Keep going. Oh, sorry. Keeps going. It says, defendant Marcy Croft, who describes herself on social media as part of the Team Rock, is orchestrating the conspiracy along with assistance from defendant Quinn Emanuel. As you can see from the screenshot, Croft, Quinn Emanuel, and Rock have a long working history. The suit alleges defendant and Rock Nation is financing the illegal effort. Okay, so they're saying that Jay-Z paid these people to go out and encourage others to sue the law firm. Now, this is hard to believe, but it's not impossible. I just don't see Quinn Emanuel being that dumb. It's a law firm. You know the law. You know the law, but I can't say for sure that it didn't happen. But he put this in as evidence, showing that these people all have a relationship together. And I don't even know if this is evidence, because everybody knows who his lawyer is. People know the other lawyers that work at the firm. So this probably wasn't necessary, but he wanted to, dot all I's and cross all T's. I'm assuming that's why he put that there. And this is to verify that they all work together. Okay. As set forth in the lawsuit earlier this week, agents acting as on Croft's behalf, again, were caught on tape soliciting and offering money up to $10,000. Now, first he said they offered $1,000. Now they must have found someone else that's saying $10,000. And I'm going to read this lawsuit as if Buzbee's telling the truth, okay? Because I don't want to be wrong. So I'm going to say he must have found new clients that said that they offered him $10,000. To former clients of the Buzbee law firm to convince them to file a frivolous case against Buzbee's law firm. These folks have now stooped to a new low to try to intimidate the lawyers of the Buzbee law firm from doing their important work. They now are contacting clients and former clients and actually offering them money to sue me. This conduct was specifically targeted at our firm, so we would not pursue cases related to the Diddy litigation. Let me be clear. He says this in the paperwork too. Let me be clear. I will not be bullied or intimidated. The defendants this time overstepped, got sloppy and stupid, got caught at their illegal scheme on tape. We have reported this conduct to the authorities and intend to cooperate with the authorities to ensure all involved are prosecuted to the fullest extent allowed under Texas law. He's very firm. And I would be too. If Jay-Z was lying on you, then you need to sue, because he's asking for them to not just close down your law firm, shut you down as an attorney. But this evidence right here that you submitted saying that they're all working with each other. I think we all know Jay-Z's history with Alex Spiro and the other attorneys in the office. I want to hear the tape, but a smart lawyer would not leak the tape to the media. So I get why we haven't heard the tape. What do you guys think so far? Do you think, let's pull some questions. At this point, I don't believe anything. I don't believe Tony either, but I have to leave room for if I'm wrong, okay? Because I just don't want to say somebody's guilty and they're not. But, I'm having a hard time believing it. But, hell, I'm not even an attorney. Buzbee has won umpteen multi-million-dollar settlements, and you're trying to convince me this case was handled so recklessly. That's a good point. They say he's one of the best. They said he's the top. So, but Jay-Z attorneys, would they stoop that low to put their license in jeopardy? Because if you were found doing this illegal act, you're going to be disbarred as an attorney. So we know this, somebody is going to walk away not being an attorney anymore. Because these are serious allegations coming from Buzbee. It's a serious crime. It's unethical. It's unethical. And then Jay-Z is saying, you're lying on me. And not only you're lying, you need to be disbarred. Perry, you might want to get your computer checked out because some YouTubers been hacked when talking about higher ups. I heard that. I don't know. We like to think that, but I have seen attorneys not get disbarred, even though they should have. Well, I said, I don't know what's going to happen. Maybe they'll get disbarred. I don't know. I'm not an attorney. Perry, someone said, remember, never mind. I'll talk about it later. But
is it better now?
So, Perry, this is what I'm asking the girl. These are top-notch attorneys, both of them. Huh?
Right. Right. Can you hear me? Yeah, no, I heard what you said. I've been sitting there listening to you. Look, this is what I think. Yes, I think attorneys play these games to discredit each other. Because, if I'm sure that Jay-Z team do got people checking into stuff of Buzbee's. I wouldn't think that's a lie. But I think they both playing this game Buzbee, to me, he's saying, hey, I got proof that Jay-Z and them is reaching out to my clients. Here's a phone call, a recorded phone call. I might believe a videotape or footage of Jay-Z attorney or Jay-Z himself walking up to a client saying something. Anybody can get on the phone and call a number. I can call you right now and say, hey, I'm from a Buzbee firm. And
now you got to stop.
Huh? What?
I cannot hear you. Oh. And it's coming in every other word. Maybe that person was telling the truth. Make sure you're not being hacked. We'll have to do it later. Do it again, Perry.
No, can you hear me?
No. Say it again.
Okay, I'm saying this. That I think anybody can make that phone call and record it and say it's Jay-Z team. You can't see the other person on the other side of the phone call. It could be somebody in his own firm. You can stage this phone call and just to say, here's the videotape. That's them trying to get my clients to do this. You're going to need some kind of evidence. Now, you can have an investigation firm go and do this.
Somebody might be playing with your account because someone must be playing with your account. We can't hear. Every time you go to talk, we can't hear it.
Okay, no, you good. I'm gonna bounce out then.
Oh, okay.
And
come
then
back out one more time. Okay.
Okay.
I wanted to say this, Paula. I just read what you said in the chat about Shaun Attwood. Y'all keep giving me information on this man. I can't even put that on the screen, but I will look into it. Whoa. I mean, y'all saying y'all can hear him. I couldn't hear him. He's coming back in. Well, why can't I hear him? All right, I'm sorry, guys. You guys saying you can hear him. I can't hear him. It's me, they're saying. Okay, let's see. Perry will be back. The bottom line, the only people with all the facts is the feds. It doesn't matter what Jay-Z, his attorneys, Tony Buzbee, or Tony the Tiger says. It's all in the feds' hands, and they know the truth and the facts. This is true. At this time, wait, whoa. Whoa. All right, you guys. Can you guys send me an email for this stuff that you're talking about? That's very serious. I can't even put them on my screen and tell. I wouldn't do that. Put that on my screen. Yeah, the feds are the only ones that know what's really going on. But what is going on between Jay-Z and Buzbee, it's a power move for both of them. So, you know, he said that Jay-Z was a John Doe, and then when he found out about the private investigators, he named Jay-Z. They got upset, as they would, and then they started with that word disbarment. It's a lot. You think Buzbee works for Diddy? Oh, shit. Wait, what? Why do you think that? Why do you think that? That would be, and I can't take that off the table either. That would be crazy. This is the trial of the century. It's crazy. Two alpha males going after each other. That's basically what's going on. That is what's going on. Hold on. I missed it. Jay-Z is behind the scenes helping Diddy. I keep hearing that. Maybe that's why they came out with the statement yesterday, trying to distance themselves from Diddy when you cannot distance Jay-Z and Diddy from each other. You know, what's the tape I played? Diddy was saying, I only let you and my mother call me Shaun. That's pretty, you know, shows that you're good friends. Like, I don't know. This is a lot, y'all. Try it again. Hold on. Because this case is a disaster. It is on every level, Sharrell. It really, really is. And it's a situation where somebody's lying, and as soon as they find out who's lying, then you're going to pay the consequences. Mods need to mick Angel out. Did you hear that, V? And who else did I see in the chat? Aphrodite, you guys get rid of this person? Okay, here we go. I don't think Buzz works for Diddy, but I do think Buzz, that is so cute, Buzz, is working for a friend of both Diddy and Jay-Z. Listen, all I know is I just woke up one day and out the blue, Tony Buzbee, attorney I never heard of, was saying that they were suing Jay-Z. He never came publicly with a client standing next to him, like most attorneys do, saying, you know, yeah, this is what happened. That never happened. But I also heard from a lot of attorneys, he's the best of the best. So, you know, this is a mess. This is a mess. I'm trying to wait on Perry. Don't know where he is. Okay. Buzbee ain't no dummy. He's got too many people saying he's a great attorney to be a dummy. S. Smith, interesting theory. Yeah, a lot. Why does it appear TMZ works for Jay-Z? Okay, oh, that's a great question. Let me get into that because it'll take me to, hold on. It's no secret that these, what took so long, hun?
I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Can you hear me now, though?
Look, you talk, and I'm gonna pull myself down. Yeah, I'm gonna pull myself down. You say what you gotta say, okay?
Okay. Look, can y'all hear me? Put a 1 if you can hear me in the chat. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Okay. Look, This is what I was telling Sharrell. I don't know what's going on with my internet. This the whole deal. I do believe that Jay-Z attorneys could be checking him out, right? Because you want to discredit your opponent. Now, is this tape real that he's threatening people, offering them money and stuff like that? I don't know, because that like a recorded phone call don't prove anything. Did he trace to see where the phone call came from? And could he identify and say that was part of Jay-Z's group? Anybody can place a phone call recorded and say, yeah, you know, this company is coming after me. This is one of their employees. How do you know? It's a phone call. So I'm not sure if Buzbee got a case with it. I think he's just throwing something out there to say, look, because his shit is falling apart. Now, let's keep it real. Whether or not they was reaching out to your old clients or not, why ain't you got a credible witness up there or client like the 13-year-old? That's the issue. This other stuff is to cover that up, right? In my opinion. It's to cover that up. So let's talk about what Jay-Z and them doing to my people. I'm going to file a lawsuit. Well, you don't file the lawsuit with the 13-year-old. Can we please, Mr. Buzbee, just keep pursuing that? And because it seems like it's falling apart to me. And I know a lot of people, you know, this case is falling apart with a 13-year-old. And I know, for me, I don't know Jay-Z personally, don't know none of his stuff, heard a lot of bad stuff. And he could have did a lot of crazy stuff in his past that you might can get him on. But with the 13-year-old, that's the issue. I don't see that to be true to me. I haven't seen enough proof. I seen her talk and start the backslide on her stories. So, you know, that's how I feel. But Sharrell, you can come back up. Sharrell?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. So somebody said that somebody must be working for Diddy. Somebody must be working. Let me explain this to you guys. I said this before. The new thing to do for the celebrities is to pay bloggers to say nice things about them or to say whatever you want out there. And you can make a healthy amount of money from doing that. Like blogging is getting just as crooked as everything. I mean, who's back? You know, when I started blogging, that would have never happened. You said how you feel and it was what you was. But somebody wised up and said, okay, all we got to do is pay people to say what we want them to say. And, you know, it works like a charm. Now, they just found out today. Listen to this. Child, this is a mess. This is a mess. They found out today that Milagro was working for Tory Lanez. And they have receipts. I hope you guys can hear me. No?
I can hear you.
This is the alleged ledger that Tory Lanez's father used to pay Milagro Graham to say cool things and be Team Tory during the trial. Did I blank out?
Yeah, you did, but I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, everybody said they can hear you good.
Are the receipts that were turned into the judge. So it looks like Meg. Okay, so it looks like Meg the Stallion isn't just crying wolf. It looks like Milagro Graham actually was paid by Daystar's daddy. Daystar is Tory Lanez. But is that illegal?
Not really, I guess.
Is that illegal? I mean, you could pay whoever you want to say whatever you want.
Right.
Tory Lanez Child, this is a mess. Milagro Graham, real name is Milagro Cooper, and it looks like she's been caught red-handed. This is what Megan Knuff said. Indeed, Mr. Peterson continues to harass, bully, and antagonize Miss Pete, that's Megan the Stallion, by and through his use of a third party online, a spread defamation statement about Miss Pete. For example, one blogger, it was multiple bloggers. Elizabeth, oh no, that's Milagro Graham's real name. Her real name's Elizabeth. Elizabeth Milagro Cooper has published several false statements about Miss Pete and the criminal trial. Miss Cooper's false statements are the subject of the civil lawsuit, Megan Pete versus Milagro Elizabeth Cooper, pending before the United States District Court in the Southern District of Florida. And then it gives the case number. A true, correct copy of the amendment complaint is attached. So they have evidence as a paper trail. I don't know what's going on, but y'all saying crazy stuff in the chat. And one time it was only $200. Y'all are a mess. Perry, did you hear anything that I said?
Yeah.
Hey, Josh.
You know what, Sharrell? I mean, I'm not, I don't think it's illegal.
Okay.
I mean, you could pay somebody to cut your yard. You could pay somebody to wash your car. Now, if you lie on the stand or something like that in court, that might be against it, right? But for you to falsely advertise for somebody out here and just say, hey, trying to talk good about them, you basically just getting pimped out. But by, you basically getting pimped, but you're getting paid for it. So I don't think it's illegal. You froze. Can you hear me?
I don't know what's going on. Oh. Should we just come back?
Yeah, I mean, for me, yeah, I mean, because I've been trying, so I think I'm gonna have to bounce out because it's going back and forth. Let me see if I can figure out what's going on.
Yeah. It's AT2's birthday. Okay, listen, you guys, we're gonna wrap this up. We're gonna redo the show in a half hour, but I need to call Sammy the Bull one more time because it's too staticky. I don't like it.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on.
So we'll be back in a half hour or an hour. Bye, you guys.
Bye, everybody.